So I've received about 1.5 million views since I started saying that we need to review bomb this game, and that started like when I was first posting on Reddit about this, and it's gone a long way. We're overwhelmingly negative here, 23%, and we've even left a dent on mostly positive reviews. It's not much, but all things considered, that's impressive. And thankfully, Gaijin has noticed and they've even responded. Clearly, though, the devs at Gaijin are extremely arrogant. They think we don't know how progression works, we don't know how economy works, and they really think that they can call this a free-to-play game. Sure, it's free to download, and you can play a couple vehicles for free, but it's far from just a free-to-play game. I'll get to this later, but most War Thunder players, about 80%, have never played a dime. Oh, Lord, I'm going to get on you about that. And they really have the audacity to say that review bombing is not a good method of communication. Well, clearly it is. That's the only thing that we've been able to reach them. We can't reach them through the forums. You serious? The mods will just fucking delete everything. This is literally the only thing we can do. And they're still not reading our reviews, so they still think it's just one update that is the reason for everything. Well, it's not, and let me read you my review here, and then it'll explain plenty. If they ever actually did read it, they'd know. The so-called review bombing isn't really a bombing. It's in reality been a long time coming. Yes, we enjoy the core mechanics of the game, play vehicle, shoot enemy, but the company has ruined the ability to just enjoy the game due to their greed and pride. They try to guilt trip us by saying our reviews will scare away new players. Yes, let's hope so. That's what reviews are for. They try to say that the review bombing will make them shut down. What a bunch of manipulative pricks. This is the only game they have that brings in money, and if it shuts down, we will move on like we have all the games we played before this one. They talk about how they need the money in order to put it towards servers and updates, yet a lot of the premiums cost the same as a full-size AAA game. There are plenty of more popular games that are newer than War Thunder and are on sale for $5 regularly and don't have pay-to-progress aspects nor pay-to-win. There is a reason that these more popular games are better at esports as well. Gaijin wants more money, but they know that they can't make up all the changes they want to all at once because of the events like this that are happening right now. So instead, they turn up the heat slowly so they don't know that we're being boiled alive. Well, guess what? We noticed that we're being boiled alive, and we're tired of this bullshit, and it's been many, many years coming. But this was the final straw. Gaijin seriously tried to manipulate us by saying 80% of the player base has never paid a dime. That's simply an unfair statistic. Maybe if they could read stats correctly, they wouldn't be relying on an algorithm to make economic changes. Gaijin is counting on hundreds of thousands of people that have only played 5 minutes and never played again. The players that have paid more than enough for anyone who hasn't been playing. And at the same time, Gaijin is shafting the premium players too. Does it really make sense to nerf the boost percentages of premium vehicles? How long till premium vehicles have the same boost percentage as tech tree vehicles? It's always about making the grind harder, so don't think for a second that Gaijin wouldn't do it. Give them an inch and they will go a mile eventually. If Gaijin really wanted to slow down progress, they'd at least make the normal tech tree vehicles more fun to play than the premium vehicles. Maybe make the repair cost on keep them on the premium vehicles, but remove them on the tech tree vehicles at least. There are literally tens upon tens of vehicles I simply won't play, even though I really want to, just because of the cost of playing them. It's not worth it, and it's extremely unbalanced. Speaking of balance, repair costs aren't a way to balance a game. BR is. It's a facade to say that you're increasing repair costs because it overperforms. Gaijin, you admitted that the tech tree vehicles are meant to make the player balance go negative. You really think we should be okay with that? Who the fuck cares if someone has a ton of silver lines? Give us something to spend it on, like maybe expensive skins for our vehicles then. You already give us those damn crates that are a complete waste of our money. You need the money for servers? Since when? The hamster's literally constantly dying every single day. You need money to pay for your staff? What staff? The ones that mod your forums and neglect to tell you that we're extremely unhappy and they're trying to hush us? The ones that must clearly only play the premium vehicles and have never actually suffered your own game? This game is old as crap. Let us play it the way we want to. You can never create enough content fast enough to keep the players away from the top, but you can create a better environment to let the top tier players feel free to play across all the BRs. You have enough content to let us play the entire game. You need to make money for more vehicles? Why? No one gets to play any of the vehicles that you've created because it's just not fair to play. It's just not fun to play either. Balance your game. Again, I don't understand why you think it's just this one update that fucked everything up. We the players have been playing this game for years. We've been having issues for years and years, and you don't fix them. You never listen. Hell, chat spamming? Really? I can't fix a typo because I'm chat spamming, but one person on the team can spam radio endlessly the entire game? You seriously haven't fixed team killing on spawn yet? And you make the person who gets team killed still pay a repair cost? It doesn't even matter if it's half the normal repair cost anymore because the prices have gone up so much, it might as well be a full fucking repair cost. Oh, a player ran me from behind and I'm the one who gets accused of team killing. Now I have to pay my repair cost and the toxic person's repair cost? I shoot a dude in the head on a head-on and catch him on fire and critically damage him, but if we ram each other, his death is simply a crash and somehow he gets the kill and he didn't even fucking hit me? You were nice enough to not take away the air start from bombers. Thank you so much for not doing that. But you still made it to where bombers can't get to their bases to bomb. And if they do, someone has already bombed it because there's not enough bases. Sure, some bases respawn, but it's too late for the majority of bombers. The bombers alone are entire lines in the tech tree a lot of people won't touch because it's simply not fun to play. And there's just not enough bases. The maps are a joke, right? You really think it's justifiable to have an enduring confrontation map in realistic battle for my little 4.0 plane? The altitude is so high, most of the planes struggle to get off the runway. The players spend half an hour trying to find someone to die, yet somehow the Steam reviews are keeping players away? Really? You think the Steam reviews are keeping players away, yet your maps are fucking jank? Ever think that maybe it's your game that's keeping people away? Hell, when I do play EC maps on sim battles, my plane can't even bomb bases because there's either not enough bases like all the other game modes, or because the bases are right smack next to an airfield, or because the ground AI are too overpowered and snipe my pilot out when I'm not even near an airfield. Hell, even in jets, I could be 16,000 feet in the air going Mach 1.3 and I'll still get sniped out, even in realistic battle. Speaking of maps, it's cool that you copy and paste maps with slight differentials, but it would be cooler if you could actually release more maps. It would be even cooler if the algorithm you relied on told you that it's unbalanced to have 4 maps of the same kind, the exact same fucking map, but only give premium players 1 map ban. All these maps, but we still can only ban 1 map. You're crazy, right? You spend money on the maps, right? Right? Well, I'm starting to doubt it. Let's look at Moscow as an example. If you actually read the forums or if the mods you paid for did their job, they tell you Moscow is unplayable in jets. At first, I thought it was the servers, but it's legit the map. As soon as players get close enough to shoot each other in the game, rubber bands for 5 minutes straight. If players don't critically error to desktop, they crash into the ground by force. Speaking of, if I lose even a tiny bit of connection, how is it justifiable to send our plane straight into the ground? Like, I'm gonna reconnect. You don't have to fucking send me to the ground. The river doesn't need to swallow me. The map has borders. Just let the plane coast until we reconnect. And we will reconnect. We're trying to fucking play your game. And why do you have all these maps if you only let us play the same 2 all day? Are you sure you aren't pocketing the money? Because I don't see where the money's going. Hell, players even pay real money to buy your complete rip-off gamble boxes. You know no one gets anything from them, yet you cry that you need more money. I'm sorry, but shit's not adding up. There's constantly cheaters, and the only thing we've ever seen Gaijin do about it is ban like 60 people in the last 6 months. Players have created bots that ruin entire lobbies. Just out of curiosity, not that Gaijin will ever reply, but why do you hate minor nations so much? You know what I mean? Why do you guys go out of your way to say that most of Reddit is from the Western world? Why do you say that? You realize that majority of your servers are full of people wanting to play America, right? Does this bother you? Do you hate that people are playing America more than any other country? Well, then maybe you should, take care of those minor nations a little bit. Oh, it's because, they're in conjunction with the Western world, maybe? Is that why? Oh, man. Why do you still have ghost shells in the game? Why do the maps swallow people's shots still? Why does someone who wants to try VR have to have their controls wiped for the keyboard? Why do you let tank tracks completely absorb shells? Why do you refuse to let players win in PvE? Why can players log in every day for 10 fucking years and never receive anything good from any of the login crates? Why haven't you fixed BR compression of jets? Yeah, this is more than just one fucking update.